Hello everyone, today I'm going to start one new topic, place of suing under CPC. I'm going to cover 3 sections, section 15, 16 and 17 in this video. Okay, so first of all let's understand the topic of a video, place of suing. What does that mean? Place of suing means whenever you like now you are hearing this term, so what comes to your mind first is place of suing. What needs to be sued? Okay, so whenever a suit is instituted in a court, we are suing the other person. But the question here arises is that in which court we should sue that particular person. How can we decide that which court is the appropriate one and the competent one in which we can institute our case against that particular person? Okay, so I'm covering a topic in CPC, so it is a complete civil case. So I would be talking with the terms plaintiff and the defendant. Plaintiff is the one who files the suit, and defendant is the one against whom the suit is filed, the one who is defending the suit. That is why he is termed as defendant, and the plaintiff is why we call him as a plaintiff, because whenever a suit is instituted in the court, in a civil court, he files a plaint in the court. So that is why he is called plaintiff and the other one is defendant. Okay, so I think you have now understood our topic, place of suing. The first section in this head is court in which suits to be instituted. It is basically giving you a very simple direction how to start thinking about it. Okay, so the first point is your suit should always be instituted in the lowest grade of competent court. Okay, so always file a suit in the competent court first thing and of the lowest grade. Okay, you should not be you should never approach the high court in the first instance. This is a very wrong way to approach or file a suit in a court. Okay, so start with the lowest grade and then the higher one, and then the higher one, and then the high court, then Supreme Court. This is the right way to approach the court. Okay, so first section 15 is very simple, you can interpret it in a very literal language. The second one is suits to be instituted where subject matter is situated. Okay, subject matter is basically the matter on which the whole case depends. Like if a matter is completely on the immovable property, the possession of an immovable property, then the subject matter of that case is immovable property. If you are seeking relief from the court in respect of a monetary term, then it is a recovery it is a relief matter basically. Okay, so for relief, so this is how you basically choose the subject matter. In what exactly are you praying in the court is the subject matter of your suit. Okay, so suits to be instituted where subject matter is situated. So here it is saying subject to the pecuniary or other limitations prescribed by any law. So pecuniary means that monetary terms, pecuniary. Okay, so pecuniary jurisdiction, monetary, the jurisdiction of a court based on the monetary terms. Okay, subject to the pecuniary or other limitations prescribed by any law. Suits for the claim for the recovery of immovable property with or without rents or profit. Second is for the partition of immovable property. The third is for foreclosure, sale or redemption in the case of mortgage or charge upon immovable property. Fourth one is or the determination of any other right to or interest in immovable property. Fifth one is for compensation of for wrong to immovable property. The sixth one and the last one is for the recovery of movable property. Actually under distraint or attachment. All these cases, basically this section is covering all these cases, and the suit, all these suits shall be instituted in the court within the local limits of whose jurisdiction the property is situated. Okay, so it is basically saying that wherever the immovable property is situated within the jurisdiction of that area, the case shall be instituted. Okay, let's say I'm taking an example of Delhi only. Let's say the property situates in the Shahadra area, so it will go in Karkaduma court. Or the property situates in the Rohini area. Okay, and Rohini is really very big, so let's say the property situates in the northwest area. Okay, it covers only Rohini area, it will go in the Rohini court. Okay, so this is how the we decide the jurisdiction of the case. Okay, so next is it has provided us a proviso also, so I'm reading it out for you. Provided that a suit to obtain relief respecting or compensation for wrong to immovable property held by or on behalf of the defendant may, where the relief sought can be entirely obtained through his personal obedience, be instituted either in the court within the local limits of whose jurisdiction the property is situated, or in the court within the local limits of whose jurisdiction the defendant actually and voluntarily resides, or carries on business or personally works for gain. So this is completely basically saying that whenever a suit is not does not whenever the suit is not depending upon the immovable property. Okay, so in that case, if you are seeking relief, or if you are seeking only compensation out of your suit, so in those cases one should never consider the location or the jurisdiction of the court where the property is situated. Let's say you live in Kolkata, okay, and the defendant against whom you are filing the suit lives in the Mumbai, okay, and you rented a property of yours in Delhi, okay, to that Mumbai person. And if any dispute arises in between you, and you only want to claim the particular amount, let's say it's the areas of the rent, okay, so you will not he has already vacated the property and you only want to claim the rent in the court, then you can file a suit in Mumbai, where the defendant resides, or where the defendant working for personal gains. Okay, so these two things are there. Or you can file the case in Delhi also, where actually the property is situated. It is completely up to you, but one should always avoid choosing the location far from both the parties. It is completely inconvenient for both the parties, so that is why. Okay, so I think this is clear. There is an explanation to this also. The property shall means that property situated in India only. Okay, and the last one is suits for immovable property situate within the jurisdiction of different courts. Okay, so let's say your property comes under the jurisdiction of two courts. Okay, so where will you file the case? So you can file in any court, any other court. Okay, so it is completely up to you. There is a proviso to this. You can read it by your own. It is very simple. Okay, I will read it out for you. Where a case is to obtain relief respecting or compensation for wrong to immovable property, the language is completely same as the proviso of the above section. Where a suit is to be obtain relief respecting or compensation for wrong to immovable property situate within the jurisdiction of different courts. Okay, the suits may be instituted in any court within the local limits of whose jurisdiction any portion of the property is situated. Okay, within the local limits of whose jurisdiction, whose any court's jurisdiction, within the local limits of court's jurisdiction, any portion of this property is situated. Okay, so it is saying that any portion of the property, if it lies in the Kargaduma court, then the Kargaduma court can, I'm not saying that the property is in the Kargaduma court. No, I didn't mean that. If the property is under the jurisdiction, within the jurisdiction of the Kargaduma court, and it is clashing with the area of let's say northwest district, or I don't know what district will come near to that. Too bad at geography. Okay, so let's think in your example, like there are two jurisdictions, two courts, and your property is on the border of that, of both the jurisdiction. Okay, so in that case you may go to either of the court basically. Okay, and there is a proviso also that in respect of the value of the subject matter of the suit, the entire claim is cognizable by such court. Okay, so it is saying that the valuation of that property does also matter. So choose a court which is competent enough to entertain your suit. Otherwise can it can be rejected under 711 of CPC. 711 you may go and refer to it. It is rejection of claim on some grounds. Okay, so yeah, I hope this video has helped you a lot. So thank you.